Hello, my fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Mel Bell here with your reading for August. I wanted to say October for the second time. So funny. October's probably going to be a great month. August, on the other hand, is a mixed bag. August is a mixed bag. And I think it's important to initially make sure that we are grounded in ourselves, and we make sure that we understand that what we have to offer the world is going to shape our reality. Okay? I don't necessarily know what I'm talking about when I say that. I'm just letting it come. Okay? So we'll see how that fits in. But starting off with, in the self position, you got the 8 of Swords, you guys. So this talks about being binded and blinded and depression, anxiety, and things and being bound by things. But you also are in some sort of control of this. So I am a person who has anxiety and depression, so please do not feel like I am diminishing what you are going through if this is you. But as you see, like, even the cat's trying to say, hey, we can get out of this mess. We can get out of this, what seems to be an obstacle surrounding us is not real. It's not real. And I think that does have a lot to do with anxiety and depression, although, there can be chemical reasons. But somewhere in your situation, there is your ability to shape it. There is definitely something about the situation that you're in that allows that you have control over. And so look at that, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Where can I create more freedom, more looseness? Where can I shake off something? What is bothering me that is really insignificant? What's not going to affect my bottom line? Because there can be some really core things that are going to affect your bottom line, and there are some things that don't have anything to do with you and won't affect you. So this could be related to work. It can be related to family. But some things are not necessarily, you can be concerned about it, but it's not your problem. And you are not the one that's going to solve it. Okay. So, King of Pentacles energy coming in. Okay. Wanting to have your cake and eat it too. This dude's living his life, living his best life. What is with you? There we go. So keeping in mind that this can be a person, but it can also be an energy, and it can also be the masculine aspect of God. So this is the situation. This is what is happening around you. So on the flip side, it can also be about a very domineering presence that is trying to control everything. So it can be multiple things happening at the same time, which would really, for me, make sense for the month of August, because it's very shifty energy where things are shifting from one thing to the next, back to what it was, to something new. And it's very tumultuous right now. And so keeping that in mind, there's going to be a lot of mental confusion, and the energy coming in is like indecisiveness, being unsure, what should I focus on right now? What is the best thing to focus on? What's going to help me? And the need to zone in on something tangible so that you can say, this is what I'm going to focus on and I'm going to get it done. And then we can move on to the next thing. So right now in the month of August, multitasking is not going to be your friend. It is not going to help you. You need to give something your single-minded focus. The challenge is to move on. It is to let go of the past. It is to let go of what the past has taught you. And when I say that, it's like, I feel like there are false lessons. So your past may have had a lot of things happen that have caused you grief or discomfort. And you may be shaping your present or future with that in mind. That is not what you need to learn from the past. What you need to learn from or take with you as the gift is how you got through it, how you powered through it, your strength, the lessons that you have learned. And it's not about the people. It's about you and how you navigated it and why you're here today. And in the coming, your future, there's some conflict, which I kind of don't feel like has to do with you. I feel like there's things happening around us right now, and especially in the month of August, that are going to be hard to deal with, but they are not our problem. Okay, so that just keeps coming to me, that it's not your problem. That doesn't mean that you can't feel things about it. Does not mean that your heart doesn't go out to it. Just that it's not something that you can solve for anybody. And the moon. So seeing past illusion and being really in touch with your intuition is what's going to get you through August. So August can be a good month for you, but it depends on what you're trying to get done. That's the problem is, and I hate to say the problem, but it's like, I feel like there's a number of things that you want. There's more than one pot on the stove, for example, and choosing one and riding that. You just got to make a choice of what you're going to focus on. And when you have made that choice and you focus yourself on that thing and get that thing done, I feel like it's going to open up solutions. It's going to create more space to get other things done. So I'm going to pull from Denise Lynn, the Sacred Forest Oracle, and see if we can get some further clarity on what's up with this reading for August. For my fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, I feel like the Five of Swords energy could be work related. So watching conflict around you, but it can also be a bigger conflict. It could be a world stage kind of conflict that we are watching unfold that we can't do anything about. But the indecisiveness we can do something about. The choosing what we're going to focus on, we can do something about. That is in our power. So maybe the key is for August is, what can I control? What can I affect? What can I change? And focusing on the actions that you can do as a person, as an individual. All right. So starting off with the Forest Temple, Enlightenment. Okay, so I feel like there is something about your current state of being that you can improve. You can make an improvement on it. You just need to get the key. You need to figure out what the key is to change it. And it's not that everything's going to be better. It's that it's almost like you just need something to soften the edges. Like the edges are very sharp and you need someone to come and buff out the sides, the edges, to make them a little smoother. And it's you. It's you. You're the person that's going to do that for yourself. Transmutation, the Phoenix. So come on, you can do it. There we go. So definitely fire energy, of course. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, my fire signs. Transmutation's not easy when you're taking one thing and transmuting it into something else. But energetically speaking, yeah, really bringing forth. I can't not say I see a volcano. Actually, so the picture is a mountain and a fire in front of it, but I see a volcano. So transmuting your energy is saying to me that even if the past is plaguing you for some reason, you can take it and you can transmute it. You can make it different. You can make it better. You can make it work for you instead of against you. So keeping that in mind, that the past may be really loud right now in your mind. The past may be trying to control you, and you are not your past. And who you are today is not who you were yesterday. So you are always growing as a person, and there's nowhere in your past where you were more of a complete person than you are right now in this moment, based on all of your life experiences. So you want to carry that as a badge of honor. This girl, she's carrying all of those swords in her bag with her on her journey. And if she could just let that go, things would be a lot easier for her. And the moon is full in both of those cards, right? So you might want to focus also on the full moon coming up and see if that has anything to help you with. If you're manifesting, you're doing any spell work, if there's a new moon coming. What are we looking at now? August 1st? No, the 9th is the full moon. So August 9th is the full moon. So that is probably what it's talking about, August. Such a helpful little chart I've got over there. Because I never remember off the top of my head. Something to look forward to, y'all, is activation. Okay, this has a lot to do with water, and sometimes it's hard for fire signs to get in deep with their emotions, and actually sit with them, because they're fast. They just run fast. But your activation, the reason why I mentioned water is spirit guardian of spring activation. I hear spring, I'm thinking water. This is probably talking about the season, but I see water. And I think it's really important right now to honor your emotions and your feelings, but not multitask it. Like, you've got to streamline your focus, your concentration. You have to, if you're feeling a certain way about something, focus on that one thing, process it, and then let it go. Instead of letting 5 things just be in your face all at once in your mind, overwhelming you, and making you unsure about anything, about everything. Flexibility. So important right now to go with the flow a little bit, you guys. So that has nothing to do with multitasking. It has to do with the energetics of our universe. that has to do with what's happening right now, what may be helpful and what's not helpful. Peeping the scene, like understanding that this is what's beneficial. This is what the energy is allowing right now. This is what is possible. So this is what I should focus on. And you know, fire signs, it's not the same for everybody. It's not going to be the same for everybody. So you have got to figure out, where is the universe supporting me right now? Where is the door open? Am I kicking at the door that's shut, bolted, chained? Why am I kicking at that door when this door over here is open? So really necessary to go where you're being led. Go where you're being led. Whether that is an action, like moving or new job or something, or if it's emotionally. This is the thing that's stuck in my tooth right now that's causing the pain. Okay, so I'm going to focus on this one thing and work it out and get this thing out of my mouth, right? Very weird analogy there, but that's what it came out, y'all. Here we go. Hope is the conduit for miracles. I think this is a great way to close out this reading is, you know, really, again, the past can really make you think that you know everything about the world. You know everything about what's available to you in the future, what's coming to you, what's possible, and that's not true. That's not true. And I want you to also check out the full moon in this picture. So keep that in mind. The full moon is prominent in your reading. It's coming up in the month of August, so that can be a really loud message for you. The takeaway from this whole reading is that the full moon, letting go of the past, learning from it, seeing how strong you are now. Focus on now, the present person that you are today. Even if it's just for a moment, because you might find it very hard to not be controlled or bound by your past. I think that's the key here that we're looking at when we see this in the self position, is being bound by our past. And that is depressing us. That is giving us anxiety. And we need to work through that so that we can be clearer of mind. And it is okay to hope for the future. It is okay to expect miracles. And you're worthy of a miracle. You don't have to do anything else than be who you are today to deserve grace and deserve something wonderful to happen for you. But you are being asked some very specific things in order to open the floodgates for that. So that is your message for August. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. I hope that you have a great August and take very good care of yourself. Okay, bye.